Okie dokie.
Yeah. So.
Is that gonna? Can you move that little number thing at the bottom? So this is Linkara's film. Atop the fourth wall of the movie, which I saw it way back when it came out. Which I'm not sure. We can check the date. I'm embarrassed to say I remember being quite excited for it when it was coming out, because this is when the Channel Awesome were trying to like have basically like a cinematic universe. You know, they did Kick-Ass, yeah, which a lot of people think was garbage, and it was. But like, given their resources and what have you, I think it was okay. And again, it's like a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Of its time.
It had a place in history, didn't it?
Yeah, it was fun to see all these little reviewers who make videos online come together. It was kind of cool. And then Suburban Nights came out, and it was hot garbage even then. And then To Boldly Flee, I didn't even finish when it originally came out.
No, I must admit, I did watch To Boldly Flee, and I did abandon Suburban Nights. I do remember parts of it, but I don't remember finishing
Yeah, like the overall thing. Yeah, so this is after To Boldly Flee, I believe. I'm sure you'll fill us in, because this Channel Awesome has its own cinematic universe. It turns out, which is interesting. So I think this was right before Linkara kind of went off the rails a little bit and became crazy SJW. He was always a little bit that way, but this is before he went crazy with it. And I'll touch on the lore more as the film goes. But let's
sit back and enjoy. Oh, fucking hell, it's him from T4 Star. Lanny Patora.
So it is, yeah.
It's Lanny Patora. It's fucking the voice of Vegeta.
Yeah, see if you can... Not on there.
I believe that's not the first time that's happened.
Won't be the last time either. Now go away.
I'm here to talk to you about your spaceship.
Yeah, in continuity, he has a spaceship.
I didn't know about that.
Well, our first clue was when it came into orbit. Now, may I come in?
Look at that acting.
Look at that
I
face.
hear you're letting your fans vote on what to name the craft.
Got all of the lighting as well.
Yeah,
You
they're
can
going for vigilance, though.
put up
I
a
think I'm gonna
blanket.
go with Comic-Con instead.
I get he's filming at his own gaff, but like you can
Never a good idea.
Yeah, but it's
tidy it
not
up.
their
Like,
ship, now is
Yeah,
it?
I know. It's a bit of a studio apartment feel, isn't it? Chronic
Is there a
masturbator.
reason you're here? I mean, I figured the government was going to come around eventually when they found out I had a spaceship, but I thought it was
Because the
gonna put a
government is
bullet in my
bad.
head and then take it.
like that's such a every shot is just so ugly already.
You're here to kill me.
No, not at all. See,
Oh, I'd watch that movie. I'd watch a movie where Lanny Patora just comes and kills Linkara.
Yeah.
Watch the shit out of that movie.
We could trust you with it.
Like who
spoke
filmed
up in
this?
my defense?
The cameras, it's little things. The camera's just slightly too high and
Oh,
quite a setup he's got though. Look at
why?
his PC.
I don't think I've ever met you before.
You
See
haven't,
that?
But I actually
Quite a good
did
setup.
something that they
I'll give him
didn't
that.
do.
What's that?
I watched your show, Linkara.
You watched my show and you didn't want to shoot me?
You're not dangerous.
You
I don't
just
think you're a threat to this country or anyone for that matter. You're a guy who reviews comic books on the internet and fights robots and monsters. Personally, I think it's better to be on your good side. So I'm here to offer...
She's a badass. You don't
Yeah,
want to get on
exactly.
Linkara's bad
No, I
side.
don't,
I'm
man.
not handing over the ship.
It's little things like that.
What, the self-effacing, self-gratifying kind of commentary in the
It's
movie?
little
or-
things like that. Like it turns into a real power fantasy.
Use it for military affairs in a
Because
foreign country.
Linkara and Doug Walker and all these guys, they swear that like, oh, the nostalgia critic's a character. Linkara's a character, and it's like, yeah, a character that's just your voice piece to express all your opinions and all your views and everything else.
Use. Then there's a sharp.
So like, it is, but also isn't.
That bullet you mentioned.
Fine, I accept.
Splendid. I'm going to act as your liaison with the government. Here's my card. We'd like to have monthly progress reports from you. You've run into some
Because the government often asks for monthly progress reports from complete fucking unauthorised people. Like, no security clearance, nothing.
You know the way out.
It's like it's little things like
Ah, that light's right in your face as well.
I know, yeah, it's so fucking ugly to look at.
You're understandably unhappy, I get that. But I want to be your friend.
And look, not everybody can afford high budget like, sets and all that shit, but that isn't the issue here. The issue is like
Two less snipers outside your window.
Google fucking like you know composition. You can learn in 10 minutes how to frame a shot.
Dramatic zoom in.
Linkara, I said I would
What?
try to get you the chair, not that I would.
You will get me the chair because you are the best friend ever who gets me the best gifts ever.
Linkara, I got you a comic book last year.
As it was a good comic book. And in my life, think what kind of good comics I can get. Now then, why are you not drinking alcohol right now? It is my birthday tomorrow, and we are supposed to be celebrating.
So, if it was 4 years later, did Lanny come the day before? I'm just going to call him Lanny. Come the day before his birthday last time?
You want to call it super?
I have to interpret it that way.
Yeah,
'cause it says 4 years
It
later.
says 4 years later. It doesn't, you know, to the day, I would assume.
Did I ever tell you about the time?
It's like that blue light right in the middle there is so distracting.
Yes, you did. Several times.
Again, this is probably a friend's
said that I don't
Gaff.
house, actually,
Yeah.
looking at it. And I get it, like, you're filming there, but like, here, dude, that light's actually really distracting. Could you maybe shut that off? Like, just look at the fucking camera you're filming with.
Because I'm awesome.
You're also drunk.
See?
I
Little things like, I'm awesome.
Because I am awesome.
I think
That's not me saying it, that's Linkara.
we should preface this slightly by saying you've seen this and I haven't. So
Yeah.
I
Again, I
so-
saw it when it came out.
Aye.
I haven't seen it since. But yeah, you haven't. You're going into this blind, so.
Linkara, you are drunk. I'm taking you home.
No. I am taking you home because I can teleport. Give away. Beam us back to the apartment.
That transition, gorgeous.
Thing of beauty.
What about all that whiskey you just took us swimming?
It's okay. There know me there. I always buy up half their supply when I'm reviewing Marvel.
All right. Well,
I didn't really catch that line at all.
Okay.
This needs subtitles for some of it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Put them on if it'll help.
Nah, it's
It-
cool.
Sleep well.
I'm okay with the references to his reviews and stuff like that. Some people say like, "Oh, he assumes you've seen everything he ever did." I wouldn't go that far. It's just
And Nimue,
this wasn't made for like a mainstream audience. It was
you
made
mind
for
taking me back to the bar?
you know his fans. So I think that's kind of forgivable.
Prepare for teleport.
Thank you, Nimue.
Nimue or
Oh,
no flashbacks. See, unless it's his Power Rangers like review, I won't remember probably any of it.
it's again look like that's just such an ugly shot. Just
Oh, when he fought Spoonie. Well, Doctor Insano.
uh,
I remember a few of those. And the crossover he does with Nostalgia Critic when it was like the Three Stooges. I always liked that. I always thought that was good.
That gave me a chuckle. I'm not saying the guy has never entertained me or gave me a chuckle. It's just this is trash. That's all. That's all I'm saying. 1 second, I'm not looking up porn. I'm googling the budget for this because it was absurd.
Just
has
a,
indicated that he is in good
ah, there he
spirits.
is. See?
Independent space reports
I was
that
literally
his
about to say, I wonder if the
spaceship
Nostalgia Critic's in this.
Jupiter today after an historic 3-month journey. Its speedy arrival is thanks to the development of the Mac fail drive, which drastically increases its speed. Development of the Mac fail drive was made
It's
possible
all this
thanks
background
to the sale
story,
of
man.
advanced technology by former President Ensano, who created the
Yeah, it's Doctor
method of
Insano, aye. So is this must be during that brief period where like before Spoonie threatened to, I don't know,
You know what?
rape a woman or something, or you know, send unsolicited text messages or whatever, and was kind of asked to leave. I keep meaning to update myself on where Spoonie's at. I've always
Nowhere. He's just.
I always fancied like doing a crossover.
Look him up on Twitter if he, because last I saw him, he was just drunkenly rambling on Twitter.
Yeah.
Guess how much?
What?
Well, it is morning.
I guess how much the movie was.
Guess what the fucking budget for this film was?
What?
This is in pounds. Bear in mind, not dollars, but £55,000 fucking pounds.
Fuck me.
A new day and a new review.
Fucking Reprobates looked well better than that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And the props are pre-paid for. Like, he already had that costume. He already had the robot, didn't he?
this is his flat, so he doesn't have to pay.
What the fuck is
film
that?
there.
$50,000 right there.
Well, a pound, so £55,000 is more.
Oh, sorry,
in dollars, so-
£50,000. Yeah, you're right.
Mad scientist as a Christmas present. I stick around because the coffee is good and you're
That
fine.
Eliza monk probably set you back about $5 grand.
You built me to do the reviews. Instead, you're my cash cow since I get to be your producer.
I feel so loved right now.
Where are we going
Well,
with
I
this?
just ruined you, man. I made the coffee for both of you. Regardless of how you're feeling, I think it's going to be a great day. Drink up, film the review, then let's watch
An
some
hour and
bad
45 of
movies
this.
with friends.
Right.
Are we about to get into it, or should you start telling me about the lore?
Let's see what it says. I can't remember what was going on. Blood gun. Did he write that? I don't know. I need to look that up. Maybe he didn't. I mean, I thought he wrote that like as a joke to have a go at Rob Liefeld.
Oh, it did a load of disproportionate, like, fucking...
Yeah, Lewis Lovehog. Yeah, there you go. Ah, yeah, you can see it. Yeah,
Oh,
written
so,
by
it's
Lewis
his, yeah,
Lovehog.
so he wrote it himself, right, okay.
Who drew it though? That's the question. I imagine something. Not him.
J. Colon?
Not him anyway. Because he can't draw. He can't write, but he can't draw.
Okay. So presumably this was funded, what, by like...
Indiegogo.
yeah,
Fans.
yeah, like the fans paid for this.
Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. And boy, how
Whoa,
you
I'm the nostalgia,
really
right?
bad one today.
And I remember it, so you don't have to.
What was that?
What?
Did he see that?
The V, what?
Did that appear in front of him? Did
Is
he
it
see that in his head?
V for Vendetta.
Why is
like-
that? Why is that another Dutch angle?
The episode? No,
Oh, I do like Dutch angle
stay
movies.
here.
What is it? It's some fucking... Is it...
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah,
Still
Battlefield
on the
Earth.
Dutch angle.
That loves the Dutch angles.
Delete the bottle, mate, but I don't even think you finished that one drink so far.
Is he in Chicago?
It makes life seem much more dramatic.
No, he stays in Minnesota.
Oh, right, so he's flown the nostalgia critic in for that.
Exactly like the
Yeah, so how fucking first class probably.
Ah,
I
exactly.
never told you you look like Harvey Fine boys.
It's like 50.
Sure he is.
Oh,
So how far in are we? 15
I don't
minutes,
know,
and we've
I'm
had
confused as fuck.
15 minutes in, and Nostalgia Critic has already played 2 characters.
Aye. We need to find out where Lanny Patora is as well, man. Because he like, I can't imagine he's also in Minnesota.
I want to say,
Oh no, just the U.S.
I want to
Team
say California,
Forster?
but I could be
Yeah,
talking about
I'm sure Team Forster were all together at the very least.
The United States government.
Even at this point in time.
You know?
Yes, I'm aware. We were here last night celebrating. Were you so drunk that you forgot, or are you just upset that I'm not getting you that thing you wanted?
It would not be that hard to get me Captain Kirk's chair, and you know it. But it's not just that.
Then
So
what
this
the
is his
hell
birthday
it?
now.
Alan, why do you work for the government?
Definitely whiskey in that shot glass.
Why do you do what you do?
And not Coke.
It's like
Because
vomit.
I'm a patriot, I guess.
Could you be a little more specific?
Because
This isn't how people talk.
because I believe in this country.
This is
and
out of
the
focus
ideas it
too.
stands for.
This is what I'm saying. Like, so again, I want to emphasise this. I'm not being a dick because they don't have fucking Disney money and they don't
What are
have
we doing here?
What am I
amazing
still
like
doing here?
special effects and shit like that. I mean,
Special
I might
effects.
make a joke about it, but I'm not legitimately criticising it for that. But shit like this, where it's out of focus, that's inexcusable.
What I've done.
There's
Will the camera work? Is someone's handling that camera right now?
yeah.
Maybe I'm
It's sort of coming closer towards him, but like,
my life is.
I don't know, at a almost nauseatingly slow speed, you know, that way it's approaching him.
With the shakiness, yeah.
Yeah.
Handheld camera's totally fine, it's totally legitimate, but...
And we're watching this on what, like a 55-inch? You know, so I mean, not a massive TV, but it is like a fairly big TV, so you do start to notice things like that.
I'm sure it had a premiere in a theatre.
Well, exactly. So it's like
Again,
it's not suitable
it
for.
wasn't designed for that. It was designed for like YouTube.
Watching it on your
I'm pretty
phone
sure
sitting
initially it was
at home,
released
right.
on DVD. So actually, no, I would argue that is intended
It
for
should be. It should be.
TV.
Yeah, the quality should be up to a home release.
Hardships, and everybody has to
Oh, Lanny, I don't care what you have to say in this.
What's with the green tint? The colours are just fucking right. And again, that's got nothing to do with budget. That's fucking your post production. That's your Adobe Premiere colour balancing it. Like it's.
Well, no, it's like there's almost a weird green light that was not in the previous scene.
Yeah, coming in from in front of them.
Oh, so right, so the story's him going to end atop the fourth wall.
But you are appreciated, though. I can assure you of that.
Oh, for God's sake.
Superiors are certainly glad that you're around.
Your superior
Again, badass.
spaceship that I have in orbit with the big gun pointing down.
Yes, but they are
Like
much
Lex
happier
When
Luthor?
Kara's the only one keeping us safe.
Sure they are.
You are moody today. Captain Kirk's chair help.
Is there any like hilarious cameos later on?
Alright, well, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, there's a ton of cameos. I can't remember who though.
Nah, I just mean like any.
Angry Joe and Cinema Snob and all them.
Nah, I meant like maybe someone from the industry.
Not that I recall, but maybe.
Maybe Frank Miller's snuck in there. Who the fuck?
What happened to the other guy?
Other guy? There was no other guy. You've been drinking all day and you're saying things, mate. 1 minute you come in, you're talking as no one is there. You say,
Look at that wig. £55,000.
This is the British, you know. Jesus, man. That guy's a bottle of whiskey away from fucking stroke.
Yeah, that must be that green fluorescent light that they've got behind.
Funnily enough, Linkara doesn't have that same sort of tinge to his face, despite being about the same sort of weight, I would say. Oh, here's where the budget went.
We have entered Jovian territory. Estimated arrival to Galilean moons is 2 hours.
I feel like that's Rachel as well, who used to work for Nostalgia Critic. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's one of the others.
I think, is that not Mars Girl? Yeah, is that not Mars Girl?
Maybe it's Mars Girl.
Looking forward to hearing back from you in an hour or two. KLStis out.
I still can't believe this. I mean,
See, I don't know any of these guys, man.
okay, a year of planning this trip, 3 months to get there, and then right before we get there,
I mean, was this like premium, like Nostalgia Critic time, like season 8 or something like this?
I think this
Roughly.
was. I want to say this is right after To Boldly Flee.
Right,
I want
okay.
to say so.
So I was relatively familiar at that point in time. Like I was watching like
With like all the folk.
yeah,
That guy
I
with
mean
the
I
glasses
would
look on.
occasionally watch the likes of Angry Joe and Nostalgia Chick even. Like you know, you'd sample bits and pieces if they were covering a topic that was relatively interesting. But I have no idea who any of these fuck nuggets are.
Angry Joe, I didn't dislike him, but I was never crazy about his actual videos. But him in the Nostalgia Critic like movies, he's like the best.
Yeah,
So
I
he's just
like Joe, yeah.
hamming it up so much that it's hilarious. And that's what they all should have done. But some of them try and turn in legitimate performances, and they just can't. Spoonie, I would say, is the only one. And say what you want about Spoonie's a dick, but he's one of the only ones that is legitimately actually like a pretty good actor.
Yeah, I like Spoonie's acting. Yeah. Or I used to. Not as recent, obviously.
Well, he hasn't done anything recently. He hasn't done anything about.
He did some YouTube videos. He did some bits and pieces, but they were like really shitty playthroughs. Like you know,
where he says nothing.
yeah, he says nothing for about 4 hours, and he's like, you know, he's just sitting there waiting for somebody to fucking stick a tenner into that pure chat.
Or a lazy boy, as long as it gets us there.
It's like you're fucking playing with a spoonie. You want to see me fucking chat? You fucking put $1 in the fucking jukebox.
Yeah.
sorry.
Is that a Moneyball t-shirt? Do you think?
Internet consumption's nominal.
I do not know.
Or maybe a honey
I'm just
bat?
saying that the universe is a strange.
Sorry, it's just this scene is so boring as shit that I don't give a fuck. I'm just finding ways to entertain myself.
£55,000, and they couldn't get a little bit of fucking foundation for that dude's forehead. Look how shiny it is. I can't focus on anything else.
I'm detecting a
It's like a
Catches
bowling
the
ball.
light,
Look
it
at
just
it.
catches the light so well.
Anything still have power out there? It's been floating in space for 2 years now.
Your mum's been floating about in space for a few years now. Fuck's sake.
She's so fat, she has other smaller fat women orbiting her.
Very faint.
That's mean.
Logan, do you think it's small enough to...
You know, it's just mean.
Yes,
Is everybody in this film a specky hot dog?
and then keep a finger on the button.
Like, I get nerds all have specs,
Agreed.
but like,
Would it have murdered them to put their contacts in for this?
same thing. It's the glare and shit. I mean, I know I'm just nitpicking now, but this thing's boring. So like,
Yeah, no, exactly. I need to be entertained. I don't know where this is going.
you know what would have been? I probably looked better as well.
Hey man,
Actually.
happy birthday. Hey dude.
In case you forgot that it's his birthday.
Yeah, she was, but there was some kind of emergency with an
Again.
They called in a whole bunch of people to deal with it.
For the love of God, critic!
Third.
Why did you want garbage pail kids again? What were you thinking?
I don't know. I thought it would get better with age. Riddick, open the door before you are permanently traumatized.
So that's
I don't know what happiness
third Doug
is
Walker
anymore.
appearance.
Joy is alive.
Yeah, is this the Nostalgia Critic movie? It's like, again, I don't know who that dude on the left is. Of course, his theme show.
Is his fucking ringtone?
Yeah, his ringtones is.
Brandy, talk of sophistication, and a treatise on
I can't mind her. I know her on the right, but
I want to
can't
say she's
mind.
Lupa.
Obscurus Lupa.
I believe so.
You reckon?
You will cry, you will move your
I think you're right.
Do they introduce
And
themselves?
then
either?
Mars Girl's on the left.
on somebody else's couch.
If you don't want to come, Harvey, you're perfectly welcome to.
The only
Yeah,
problem.
someone's got to stick around here and make sure this new refit doesn't blow the ship up when you screw in a light bulb. Besides, they're not really good with crowds unless I'm the center of attention. All right, but tell
Super.
90s kids if you think to watch
So,
movies
yeah,
with us to go up there.
I mean, it doesn't help that we're talking over it,
Oh,
but did they introduce
Oh,
themselves when they came on screen, or was it just like everybody knows who these people are?
Well, yeah, exactly. So you need.
I'll go back and check that, but I don't know.
No, they haven't. They absolutely haven't. Like they've just cut to Harvey there, who I know from a previous review, but it's like, well, why is it the same guy again?
Yeah.
With like, and why is he on the ship and you're not?
Yeah.
What's the deal with your ship? We haven't seen. For me, we haven't seen your ship yet.
Oh yeah, because this isn't
Is
his.
this the
No,
right,
this
no,
isn't
exactly.
his.
So this isn't his ship. So
This
all
belongs
this.
to the specky hot dogs. This is the Celestis, however you say it,
Right,
which is near Jupiter or some shit like that. They said it.
which looks like has it been attacked or
That
right?
sounds ominous. That sounded bad.
Sir?
Totally what government offices look
No,
like.
sir.
I think that's Linkara's dad.
We were supposed to hear back from them over an hour ago.
Weirdly enough, I thought he looked more like Lanny's dad.
It's delayed, of course, but we're still getting readings on the
But
ship.
now that you've said it, I'm like, God, maybe he fathered the pair of them.
For now, it's at your discretion if you'd like to bring them in.
He's got Lanny's beard, but like Linkara's nose.
Yeah.
Coordinates. See if we can't get a better picture of what's going on out there.
No, he appeared recently in Linkara's like 700th episode.
I'll make the call.
So that
Yes, sir.
him I mean,
Linkara's
so,
dad.
so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes me think that it's his dad. And he appeared as Linkara in the future, which is why again I think it may be his dad.
Aye.
There's,
And there's Cinema Snob.
That was something.
I know, right?
And there's Angry Joe as well. I like the fact Angry Joe hasn't really changed his
yeah.
his outfit. He has been. I don't know, man. He must just wear that Superman T-shirt,
That's just everywhere.
or he's got it in multi-print.
I can safely say
I hope it's just the same one.
unrealistic thing
I hope it smells unholy. At this point,
Yeah.
just not taking it off in 15 years.
I like the other Joe as well, who appears on the Angry Joe show. And I don't know what his relation to Angry Joe is, but there's Joe and there's just I can't remember who the third guy is. But when they were reviewing like the Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi, fucking that review is unreal. It's like Angry Joe, and somebody else. Honestly, if you've not seen it, just watch Angry Joe like and The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably the top 10 things wrong with The Last Jedi.
Something like
That's
that.
really good. But there's another one I'm sure they do. It's
What's with the fucking echo as well? Again,
You're not pizza.
location. Where's the mics? Where's
that's not our fault. It's an echoey apartment. Like you do realise you could we've got fucking lav mics on right now.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
They exist. Boom mics are a thing.
when you recorded the whole Reprobates, you brought mics.
Exactly. How many motherfuckers are in that room? Like 2 people on camera right now, but like 5 other people
Is
will
that
have
a
been.
50 grand budget?
Will have been there, you know, standing around.
One of them.
Have one of them hold a fucking boom mic. £55,000.
tracking the astronauts.
I mean, Mars Girl's really owning this scene, isn't she?
And they're just standing about doing fuck all.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather... If
And he's out of focus again!
Yeah, they're out of focus.
Well,
aren't they?
Nash is out of focus, but he's just having it up. But Lenny was the one talking there, and he was out of focus. It's little things like that, like...
Probably bought they'll bought Obscurus. I was right, Obscurus Lupa, that tablet.
As far as I know, you're the only
Fucking 55 grand.
Out of focus again.
Yes, Comic-Con 1 can.
But then again, maybe that was deliberate. Linkara's like, no, I have to be in focus.
Yeah, I was
all
going
the
to say,
time."
Linkara's in focus, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how he's done that. How's he got Lanny out of focus in the same sort of... whatever.
I'll not get into the technicalities of how cameras work, but yeah, the focal length will be fucked. And,
Is
yeah.
there just a smudge in the lens?
No, they're just
No, I know there
incompetent.
isn't. I'm just beating it.
You think for even a second that even if I wanted to take
And it's fucking inexcusable, because even cameras at this point, I think this came out like almost 10 years ago, but even then, they had fucking autofocus, so, you know, inexcusable. Again, out of focus. And he's the one talking.
Wait, I don't.
Some astronauts up there are in trouble, and I don't think any of us want to see them hurt or killed.
Well, nobody does.
Because we're such good people.
Are we finally getting to... Right,
You're gonna need a weapons expert. I need weapons.
Because Joe's a weapons expert.
I'm drunk enough to think that this is a good idea.
Guys! Look, I'm not against you guys coming along.
man, I want to know Cinema Snob's diet regime, man, because he's looking pretty trim in this.
I lost
Yeah,
like
but the last time we went to space,
80
it
pounds or
wasn't
something.
exactly happy fun times. I'd like to go when we're not actually being shot at.
Yeah, I think they're referring to the Bold
So, hey, it's looking good.
Blackmailing us or threatening us or promising non-existent
He's
cause.
eating his legumes. He's cut out carbs.
Friends and people need our help.
Close the blinds, look how bright that is.
The lights are on as well.
Well, the lights you want on.
Yeah, no, but
to
you're
light up
right.
the scene, but
Close the blinds.
well,
yeah.
they don't have blinds. Which is why they shouldn't have filmed in this fucking location. You had 55 grand, surely you could have rented a Starbucks for an afternoon. Fuck me.
What did you get the film studio? Not film studio, recording studio for? For a weekend?
Like 100.
I was going to say, about $100, because I told somebody the other day it was about $100. So you know what I mean? Locations are not expensive. People are happy for you to film in places. Especially if it's out of hours. They're like, ah, fine, crack on.
So now they're fighting all in cars shit.
You didn't tell me you were bringing company. Harvey, this is everyone. Everyone, this is Harvey.
Do you usually keep lounge singers on your spaceship?
Only at parties. I mean, something's got to entertain you guys on the trip there.
And it sure shit wouldn't be this movie.
Yeah, I was
Hi-ho.
making some adjustments before we got in the way. You're the guy who helped us take out Vice that first time, aren't you?
That's right. Name's Joe. Nice to meet you.
Joe, I think you can handle the weapon. Harvey will show you the system.
I was feeling, has Harvey never met Joe? I feel like Harvey and Joe must have met, but whatever.
Well, I think that's what they're referring
I am
to.
not going to go and check that.
Out of focus again.
Badly out of focus.
I know.
As for everyone else, here's the rest of
I
the
feel like everyone on the left is a bit out of focus as well. Oh, Lanny's there. I didn't even realise he was there. Just hidden behind everyone else.
I am now.
Never mind composition. Everybody just pile in.
Sorry. Do Sonatas people know about this? I thought we were doing.
I mean, this has a set.
Anymore.
Some of that stuff is actually there.
Yeah.
You know, on the shitty screen in the back, but like someone built that. Someone built. I mean, I can see the edges of that not pipe,
Yeah.
that paper mache fucking pipe or whatever. But I mean, it's a set. Those things in the back look cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It does science. I think. I don't know. I haven't tested this thing out yet.
Okay.
I've had this spaceship for I don't know how many years, but
You know, this spaceship's the center point of the movie. You don't really know how it works.
Gnarly idea about how I could redirect power from the sensors to the gun.
What?
I believe you're all familiar with 90s kids.
I think most people.
Well, at
are
least he
familiar
got an
with
introduction.
the person on your show.
Okay.
yeah, but he appeared earlier,
So,
Oh, aye, you're right.
so he should have got introduced then.
Yeah,
If
interesting.
at all.
don't
Yeah.
have the sensors.
Okay, obviously there are still a few hiccups.
Is it weird to say that he has that same red tinge to his face that I mentioned before that he didn't have, but only when he's playing 90s kids?
It might be something to do with he's too hot in the outfit, plus the lights or something. I don't know.
I was going to say it's an allergic reaction to the sunglasses.
Imagine.
Well, yeah, I did.
Could be.
Actually, now that I've been reminded of that movie's existence, That's the movie we're gonna be watching on the way.
Mars Girl,
You're totally out of focus.
I need you to keep Alex taking pictures of the ship.
What the fuck was that?
What was that? There was just a delay there where we just... Yeah, let's have a scene, us two talking, but hang on Lanny for a second.
You guys will be in charge of figuring out a plan about what to do in case, I don't know, aliens or something attack the KLSs and we have to fight them.
Why me?
Because you're smart and you can probably kick my ass.
Yeah, not probably.
She probably couldn't, though. I mean, Linkara couldn't fight Sleep, but, like...
How much do you know about
He's about a foot taller than her,
you know,
and about 100 pounds heavier.
but fit, but strong female characters. So.
I bet you Lanny left this off his CV.
Yeah, I doubt this is on, you know...
His IMDb
his
page.
showreel, I don't
exactly.
think contains any clips from this.
Good to hear. Alright, Joe, set a course for the...
What do you got for me, Chief?
Cinema Snob,
Shit, I brought you here, but I didn't come up with anything for you, despite the fact, in my opinion, you're the funniest one here.
This is the problem with the Channel Awesome films in general, is they, and I get it because they're all friends and stuff, but or claimed they were friends. Read the Change the Channel document. But anyway, he wants to get them all there, but they don't have a point in the story.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, I want to get Brad Jones out because he's my pal. Just do I have any part in the story? Nah, but just stand in the background and I'll put in a few quote unquote funny lines for you.
But see, with Kick-Ass, I did feel like everyone had a kind of, even just callback to one of their own previous lines, whereas, like there, he's like, oh shit, yeah, Cinema Snob, I genuinely have no idea what the fuck to do with you, I just brought you here because people like you.
Yeah.
It's like a weird, almost like combined star power, I think they feel they have.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if we get enough of us together, we've got star power, and it's like, no. What about locations? What about script? What about camera work? What about the fundamentals of like filmmaking? It's not enough to just bring you all together and say, well, compound, you know, like compound. Dane Cook, what the fuck? But anyway, it's not enough to bring them all together and just be like, yeah, this will equal good. Right. Where are we going with this? Do we need that scene?
You know what, could you see if this does actually have closed captions?
If it has closed captions.
Just so that we can...
Okay. At least, I don't know, but is that the same picture we saw earlier? What happened to the V?
Come in.
Hey, just wanted to let you know that Nash figured out how the engines work.
Oh, that's
so
much
he should
better.
be fine in engineering. I would have used the intercom, but I haven't figured out how it works yet.
Usually it's just hold down the button, say who or what you want to reach, and Nimaway will redirect the call for you.
Cool. Well, I'll try it from the bridge then.
Before you go, you will be fine taking command of the ship if anything happens, right?
What?
Oh.
Sure.
Are you the logical number two?
Of course I do. It's why I gave you the job to begin with. It's just...
I know we were talking over it, but I'm not clear that you are in... Well, yeah. You should have maybe had a scene where you clearly established that, you know...
No.
Why is she the number two?
I kind of assumed a leadership role without asking.
Yeah.
I'm used to having my own entourage around with me and not you guys. I should have talked to you first.
I mean, who is your entourage? 90s kids?
So just him?
Harvey?
So just like...
The robot? We haven't really established what the extent of your entourage is. Is it just those three in the robot?
Yeah.
There was the weird voice thing. Was it not your left hand that was twitching earlier?
So anyway, that's the annoying thing about Blood Gun number 0. I mean, it still has some awesome stuff in it, like guns and bullets and stuff, but...
Again, you see Slate in his own book.
In Blood Gun Annual number 1/2, where Blood Gun took the teeth of his enemies...
I don't know what Blood Gun is.
Comic book character for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like 10 minutes. Yeah.
I don't understand why you would want to stop talking about him.
There was more to the 90s than just really violent comic book characters. Talk about anything else.
But I mean, his whole show is about comic. I would actually rather he talked about comic books. I'd talk about Saved by the Bell. I liked Saved by the Bell.
What was Blossom?
What was Blossom? I don't know what Blossom was.
I don't know.
Whoa, hey, someone mentioned Tequila and Benetti?
Yeah, but I actually didn't want to talk about it.
Damn, B. That's cool.
What? Bambi, that's cold.
So, anyway,
Yeah, so that was a scene.
Yeah.
features a sweet
See, again, I bet that was just a case of, well, we've got Brad Jones here, like, let's just shove him in for, like...
2 seconds,
It
yeah.
didn't add anything, it didn't...
Yeah, none of these function as scenes. What's the story to this? Me, oh my.
Hey, birthday boy. Hey. Feeling any better than you were earlier?
I don't know, I keep calling back to it, but it's, you know, my best known movie. Is, you know, Reprobates again. It's, what are we here for? Right, we actually spell it out pretty much in the opening scene. You know, we're recruiting a lead singer.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, fucking Spinal Tap. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see people auditioning. It's called open auditions.
Yeah.
You know, it fucking walks you through it, and then you can have this random kind of, you know, scenes where you're chatting to different people. But it's like this isn't a story. I like to say, but you've got like so many actors.
Yeah.
You're like, what are we doing with each of them? What's the development of all the
A
characters?
couple weeks ago, I had to keep lookout for the vice president while he took a piss in some bushes. Linkara, normal.
At least they've established Lanny has a job.
Yeah.
Look, after we get back, just...
That was actually a funny
His
line.
existence, yeah.
Yeah, he was watching the president take a piss. I'm like, well, that's funny.
Yeah.
I actually assume the Secret Service do have
I
to
bet
sort
that's
of-
happened, yeah.
That will happen to them.
You know what costs nothing is, well, good writing costs nothing, and camera angles and things like that. The cinematography really doesn't have to cost anything. If nothing else, just rip off a film that you enjoy. It's just so boring to look at. It's just flat shots all the time. Half of it's out of focus. And when you hold on a shot for as long as that, you can't help but start to look at it and notice little things. Drop phone.
Even the phone agrees. Inanimate objects are gaining life to criticise this fucking movie.
Just standard by.
Just to, she's now in charge of the ship, not you. That's that. Whatever.
That was just so awkward there because that door was shut behind them,
Yeah.
and you know that they were just stood there until they said action.
And then they
It's
sort
just
of
it's little things like that. Like
stumble forwards as if they're. Whereas
They
actually
were
it would
at
have been
full
clever.
stop.
It would have worked as a moving scene if they'd have come into the shot, discussed, like, come into this shot, chatting about it. That'd have been more interesting than, like you say, it's like, and walk from there.
and action because they're starting from a standstill and then they start.
Yeah, they have no momentum.
Yeah.
They don't move it into the scene. Everybody just stands around. Like, what the fuck are we here for? At least
They're
Joe
just
looks like...
yeah, this is what I'm saying. Joe's at least having fun with it.
Yeah, Joe's like, this is so shit, but fucking, you gotta love him. He's happy to be here. He's a fucking Labrador. He's happy to be outside.
What did Nash review? Was it music?
Nah, was that not Todd in the Shadows?
Well, yeah, but
Maybe there was a few of them. I don't know. I never watched Nash.
I didn't either. Maybe his stuff's good. I don't know, but I don't know anything about it.
Power's out in this junction again. I need to put in a
Okay, this I kind of like you know, you're seeing it from behind.
Yeah, exactly. This is an interesting shot. Holy shit.
Little things like that, like, see, that looks shitty, but in a good way. That looks like they pulled apart a microwave or something, and they're like, yeah, circuitry, but in a kind of charming sort of way. Whereas, like, when they use the green screens and the special effects of like the spaceship and stuff, it just looks shitty.
Swing, baby. Say, don't you have a scientist guy or something that can work the engines instead of this guy? Yeah, Dr. Linceno. He said he had to stay behind.
Linceno?
Some personal project or something.
Is it Doctor? Oh, I forgot his pure rip-off of Spinny's rip-off. Like, what? For fuck's sake, so what are we on? Like 5, 6 characters Linkara's playing?
For the 9th time, I don't speak clown.
I don't know, man. It's not saying much for Nash. It's just kind of like he reviews like stuff.
I am detecting a
Oh, I take it back. Look at the thing. Look at the computer thing when they're pressing it. You can see the plastic or whatever just moving around.
Sorry I was late to that party.
I actually thought it looked okay before, but it was shit.
Cocaine for the both of us. Really? No.
Oh, Brad Jones, you're so wasted here. Go back to reviewing like the Superman porno or whatever.
Gotta love that joke where the funny part is that they acknowledge that they're not funny. Oh, is this going to be a twist?
Not even some decent improv, some yes and. Let's say I dig Lanny in this because at least he's a character. You know what I mean? He's not playing himself. He's playing a character.
Linkara, I hope you're not naive enough to believe that we wouldn't want to get our hands on them.
No, but what irritates me is
But look at the state of this. We can't see his.
Exactly. You don't need to zoom in every shot when you move character to character. You can place a room and have it laid out. Lighting's not good enough on Lanny. It's so dark.
It was possible that it would pass by the debris field, so we made the parameter.
I get she's just there holding her hands, waiting for this to end. Like, please, Lord, take me now.
And bring it back to Earth.
Oh, what's the conflict here? I thought the whole point is we were going to save the astronauts in this spaceship. Why are we chatting?
Well,
here we go. Look, this is all we need. Yep. So we've detected the vessel. Dynamite. Right. Fine. This is all good. This is all story. Wow. Holy shit. Fucking asking ye shall receive.
put it on screen.
That looks like the ship. Sweet.
What the hell? Looks like someone took the debris and just glued it on the ship. Well, Alan, looks like they did find something out here. Take us in closer. Full sensor sweep.
Boom, 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 boom. Bullshit.
Anything?
None of the sensors can get a reading on the interior.
What about the spiky bits? What are those supposed to do?
Okay, great writing there. What about the spiky bits? Aye. Best cut yourself out of your own scenes. Yeah.
From engineering, right?
As long as they don't hear him, then all is right with the world.
I'm sorry, dude. Sounds like we got caught up.
Because it was so funny the first time that we had to do it again.
We'll have to go inside.
All right, Nimue, prepare teleportation.
Information. The armoring covering the vessel is blocking teleport signals.
So what are we supposed to do? Go out there and knock?
Couldn't we just dock with it?
Sensors detect an exterior hatch that is not covered by armoring.
All right, Joe, maneuver us in closer.
God, I hate parallel parking.
What is this, man? What?
I don't know, the parallel parking lane. I was like, was that funny? I don't know.
It's not really. I mean,
because it isn't a parallel park. See if it was. See if he actually did one.
yeah, like reverse the ship.
Yeah,
like,
and you're like,
into-
why did you do it that
yeah,
way? You could
actually fly past it to back. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well,
Again, 50 grand.
that they're trying to graft all this stuff.
He's
onto
just
the
in
ship.
the way of her.
Well, improved.
Again, Lanny's there in the background, man. Lanny should be fucking front and centre. Move you out the way.
Outside their ship.
Get more bullshit from Lanny about watching the president piss his pants and
Why would
whatever.
they be sitting there dead in space?
Well, if we were turned like this, the ship's main weapons wouldn't be aimed at them.
Oh no.
I'm detecting an energy spike.
What
Uh-oh.
about raise the fourth wall?
Right. I know your shows are top the fourth wall, but I don't know. You wouldn't call the shields the fourth wall. What am I looking at? What are the aliens from Mass Effect? Ah, it's the fucking the precursors or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. At least stuff's happening.
I suppose. Let's see.
But we don't really know who the enemy is. Maybe there'll be a payoff. I suspect that it's just going to be Linkara in a costume. Some kind of Borg. But we haven't established who the villain is in any way. Like, no hints, nothing. Like in Aliens, they're like, yeah, this is the alien. And then the part,
I'm fine with it being a mystery, some sort of mysterious, like, alien force, but, like, it's just...
Shit's going down, that's all.
Oh, boat. I think we needed that. I'll call you back.
Hoyle, get down to engineering and give him a hand. Joe, weapon status.
The shields are too powerful. We can't break them.
Turn us around and fire the cover lance.
There's Joe.
We can't breathe.
Joe just fucking overacting to the extreme.
We have to hit them. We have to. Oh, hell, evasive maneuvers.
A submodule MERS, what?
Alan!
We gotta get out of here.
Christ, I swear
We gotta get out of
if
here.
Alan doesn't survive this movie, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Information. You do not have sufficient power to outrun the enemy vessel.
If we can't outrun them, we've gotta stand
How
and
does
fight.
the
I'll take the
computer
scout ship
know
out
that?
trying to distract them while you guys make an attack run.
Does this?
Girl,
Well, then again, it might have
Transmitting a message.
the blueprints of that ship, I suppose, and it knows how fast. Oh, okay, I'll forgive that.
Is something wrong, Linkara?
Uh-oh.
You have boasted before about your preparation, your anticipation of my presence. Yet when your enemy
Called
finally
it.
strikes, I find your defenses as weak and impotent as the skin and meat of your form.
And it's Linkara in a costume.
And should I know who this is?
Mechakara.
Mechakara.
Name. That was never my name. You filthy organic mongrel spit that name at me, and it's stuck. You're alive. I always survive.
My body
Whoa.
was vaporized, but I still had the artifact known as Malachite's hand on my person.
So
My
d-
conscience
What the fuck's a Malachite's hand?
Do I need to have seen, like...
When the crew of this vessel
What?
crossed aboard, the artifact absorbed enough energy from the
I mean-
craft to restore my form.
I kind of remember this.
Thanks for giving us some story, but like, what the fuck's a Malachite's hand? What? When was any of this shit happened? I mean, the answer's probably in To Boldly Flee, but like,
That's
fuck
what I'm
that.
saying.
I'm not gonna go watch that piece of garbage.
With the perfection
But the whole point of standalone movies is that you shouldn't need to. Oh, they took our glasses off.
Do not presume that you still live for pointless conversation.
You can see where that's been fucking glued onto his forehead. I mean, wee bit of foundation on that is all it takes. 55.
But all I'm saying is, like,
Focus.
we're 40, 50 minutes in, right? And it's like, oh, it's Mechakara. And it's like pure dun dun dun. And I'm like,
Who's
Mechakara? What's he done before? Whereas, let's say, for a movie like this, standalone movie, establish him, show him going about kicking the shit out of people.
What's that whole thing that people are always on about, critics are always on about, show don't tell?
Yeah.
Have we seen Linkara do anything badass in this film?
I've seen, no one's done anything. Everyone's
But
just
he's talked
stood
about
around.
like, oh, without you, blah blah blah.
Ah, without you and your spaceship, Linkara.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to fill every scene with dialogue.
Take this knowledge.
Like, Joe gets it. Fucking Joe gets it. Doesn't need to talk, just shakes his head, makes that fucking face. He's in it, man. He's in it for keeps. He is fucking... just doesn't give a shit. No, sorry, he's the opposite. He gives a massive shit. Puts in a good performance. He's a midfielder. You know what I mean? He's so reliable. Oh, Mars Girl, kinda...
Out of focus again.
Yeah.
I know I keep harping on about it, but it's...
Right.
55,000
Line. Line.
Maybe I should shoot them again. Maybe I should shoot them again. That's just fucking marker on his bowling ball head.
At least the
And
glasses are
he's
off.
sweating through it. It's like coming off. Oh, hello.
Ah, he's done that exhausting job of sitting down.
Joe, fire again. Finish them off.
I can't. We've used up the last of our weapon power with those shots.
Damn it all. Alan, do a centrifuge. Alan!
No! What did I say? Oh God!
A CG explosion took place kind of near him. How's he going to survive that?
Oh my! I've genuinely, like, my hands have balled into fists. I am
No.
so upset.
No.
Apart from Joe, Lanny was the kind of only established character.
Yeah.
Well, that was actually, it would have been impactful because, like I said, I was invested in Alan. I wanted to see Alan get through this, but I also like he's dead now. It's like move on.
Yeah.
Don't hang in the moment. Don't do the sweeping shot where you get the reactions of all the individual people to be like, no, not Alan.
Unfortunately, that is not possible.
It's just like Alan's dead.
You must attack and kill Linkara.
Yeah, why didn't you attack and kill Linkara? Why have you ran away?
The energy of the artifact is almost completely drained.
Right, so they don't have it.
The
Fair
power
enough.
of the artifact has almost been completely used up. First by your resurrection, and then by trying to maintain the energy demands of this upgraded vessel.
And then by
It is
plot
too much for
convenience.
the artifact alone. It is recharging, but slowly. I had to disconnect several systems from it in order for recovery to begin.
And I assume that the ship's original power systems will be insufficient to the task after the upgrades.
No, they are not sufficient.
Uh-oh.
That was almost a double negative. She should have said yes, not no. Again, bad writing. Just
Yeah, but then again, that's how people... I'll excuse that because that's how people
talk.
probably would say that.
From what
I
I
think.
recall,
I felt it was a double negative.
can take on energy from another source in order to replenish itself.
Like, is magic a thing in this world?
May have another use.
Again, I don't know what works in this universe. I don't.
See,
this isn't like
Any
it's-
sentence that starts with, from what I recall, is just pure lazy exposition. It's like saying to someone, as you already know, and then they say something.
Yeah,
if they already
you
know
gotta
it, why
love
they
the
say it.
yeah, you gotta love the as you already know patter.
was able to turn a science vessel into a warship in only a few hours. He'll find a way.
Yeah, well, we have our own power.
See, that was a good summary statement. I actually liked that.
The rest of us will just stand Linkara, don't worry about
We're down to
that. You noticed he's the only guy off the
emergency
chair.
Isn't enough to get
The £55,000 budget didn't stretch the chairs, I guess.
months.
Ah, you're right. Well,
No, I'm serious, look,
Linkara-
no one else has got a chair.
Linkara's chair. Who smokes a cigarette like that?
Someone who doesn't really smoke, I guess.
Can we repair the engines?
Okay, the good news is the engines can be fixed.
That's good news.
Sweet.
Actually, pretty easily. Everything's
Go do it then.
modular back there. I can
What does that mean?
swap
Everything's
out just
modular.
about anything with a Phillips head.
So what's the
Right.
bad news?
You remember all the shooting? Yeah, the cargo bay of the replacements got blowed up. Trying to figure out a way to jury rig something with what we got left, but it's going to take a while.
Alright, we need
Okay, unclear stakes.
throwing out ideas, anything at all.
What about the debris field? If they could use parts out there for their ship, couldn't we?
Great idea, Joe.
Great. Again, quality from Joe.
The first place that he looks, and there's no guarantee that any of the parts out there are going to work.
Just a negative Nancy
Does
Looper.
this ship have escape pods or fighters or some bullshit?
There is a scout.
Good line from fucking Cinema Storm, actually. I
Some
like
bullshit.
that. Yeah.
That sums up this movie.
Wait, if we did that, we
Oh, and then there's like an evil Linkara robot or something.
Oh, whatever. Fucking Lanny's dead. I don't care anymore either.
Fuck that plan then.
What about Europa?
What's Europa?
When we fought the
It's one of the moons.
Oh,
transformed into an Earth-like world, he set up a base there. There might be some supplies that
don't fucking know any of this. Just, you have to narrow the focus, lads. You got an hour and a half. What are the rules? Who's the enemy? Who's my pro-tag? Who's my antag? There's no music either. There's no sound in this.
It's so quiet.
It is.
But not in a like subdued kind of atmospheric kind of way. It's just
They're just filling the noise with fucking garbage dialogue.
I realize I have no fucking clue how to fix the spaceship, right?
No one asked you to fix the spaceship.
Preferably with a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, you go get a sandwich, mate. Fucking crack on.
Pepsi is out.
Would you even know how to make Crystal Pepsi from scratch?
Oh yeah, I keep like several bottles of it in my pants.
But what? How's Crystal Pepsi like any kind of sexual innuendo?
What the hell was that back there?
Yeah, I know.
I agree.
The 45, like 50 minutes of this so far, yeah.
She improvised that line. She was referring to the script.
Yeah.
She was like, "The fuck was any of that?"
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You just don't want to tell me.
Look, if something's going on, you need to tell me. You can't expect us to follow you if you don't trust us.
I didn't ask you guys to come along. You
Did-
volunteered.
This is a
You're
serious
damn right
dramatic
we
turn.
volunteered. We heard people were in trouble and we wanted to help.
You put yourselves at risk.
Oh, come on. We faced danger before.
Ha! What have you guys faced off against?
A micronation? Some
Good
pissed
guess,
off sorcerer who got beaten by a planeteer? An
Rubber Knights.
Emperor Palpatine ripoff? You guys haven't seen anything! I'm the expert here!
I'm the one who wins!
No, of course I don't! But I know how
That sums up Linkara.
I'm the expert here. You don't know what it is to fight something that truly,
I mean, what
wants
do you think Linkara's big four are, right? Like, bench. You know what I mean? I don't think Linkara could bench, like, 70 kilos. I don't think he could bench, like, 40 kilos. And he's like, no, I'm the expert. I'm the big bad. I'm the toughest, baddest motherfucker in all of... I mean, maybe in all of Channel Awesome.
He stared down at an angry god.
small you are, and then you stare right back at it and make it blink!
Show don't tell. Well, again, show don't tell. We've
When
seen
the fuck was
Linkara
any
do
of
nothing.
this?
Where's Linkara's gun? He has a magic gun. Where the fuck is that? Toy, a robot, an Amazon or a truck.
Okay?
Where's all your shit, Linkara?
No, I always thought it was.
I don't understand.
You're not like an established action hero like Arnie. You can't appear in a movie and have panic attacks and us be like, oh man, he's so out of character.
This isn't like Linkara. He's usually staring down gods and making them blink. Because Linkara is superior to a god.
I'm not convinced he could do 10 push-ups.
Yeah. And I mean, we're being dickish here, but like,
He's not a natural presence. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, we're being dickish as far as like, I bet he couldn't do 10 push-ups, but I bet he couldn't. But like, if he uses magic in his brains and stuff like that, then that's cool. But
Yeah.
again,
No,
we haven't seen any of that shit
Yeah,
either.
it's show don't tell again. But no, there's certain people who walk into a room. Like, see when you came round to mine the other day and you were just wearing that fucking mental ass tank top.
Was I?
Yeah, I was fucking scared for my life. Because you got long hair and a beard and fucking arms were like bigger than my forehead. And I was like, what? What have you been doing? Juicing? But like, Linkara doesn't naturally have that, like, physical presence. He's relatively tall, I guess, but even then, I don't think he's pure massively taller than anyone. And again, it's like, show don't tell. Show us a cool gun trick. Use the special effects to show us you, like, you know, piloting a spaceship at high speed back to Earth.
Or, you know, if they want to, like, you know what you could always do is see the opening, like the opening, he's on about spaceship and all that crap. We could have had like a little montage of him doing whatever, like beating up bad guys and, you know, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Could have had a little montage and then
A big one, but it
you very quickly give us some sort of backstory. That it would be different if it wasn't important.
Like Blazin'. Do you remember Blazin' and Rick and Morty? Where they're going to go kill the sperm. And
Yes.
they're all sitting there like, man, Morty, how many of these mercs do you think are going to die in this mission? He's like, none of them are going to die, Rick. But obviously that guy's going to die last. And it's fucking Blazin' there with his like samurai sword and his like he's meditating during turbulence. Like I mean, Linkara, like give him fucking Wolverine claws or like
this whole scene, like plot wise and everything. Yeah, I'm fine with it. But why is it still going on?
You think you can still lead us?
They've said,
Oh,
she said
Linkara,
she's
lead
went over
us.
the same point like 3 times.
Please, Linkara, lead us. No one else could possibly do it except you. Blah, 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 blah.
We all do.
Even she's like trying to stifle the vomit of fucking going, yeah, you need us, we need you, you're so amazing. Let me gargle your balls for you, Linkara.
I'm surprised you didn't write anything like that.
They probably did, and again, Marsgirl was
She told
just
her-
like...
she told him to fuck off.
She's like, no. He's like...
And then they make out. But I did not us, it's just for the film.
$4,000, no. $5,000, no.
How much is in the budget? I wish I could do a good Linkara impression. I can't.
Nah, I can't.
I can't do a good one.
It's a hard... I don't know his accent.
He's
I
from
know you say it's
Minnesota.
Minnesota, but...
But it's not like really strong Minnesota.
That course of action does not
He's got,
seem logical.
like, over-enunciation to be, like, pure Minnesotan, and
Well, yeah, because he's acting, he probably is quite... he is kind of over enunciating.
I know him of old. Above all else, he is the one who has
Okay.
What were we looking at?
What?
Just-
We're
it's a
looking at
cupboard.
nothing.
and I will not know satisfaction until
Do you mind that scene in Star Wars when Palpatine's like sort of talking to Luke and it just cuts away to like space?
Yeah.
No, because like it's like you're focused on the villain. The villain's making his big dramatic speech about how he's so much better than Luke and how he'll succumb to the dark side.
Yeah.
You don't just cut to inside a cupboard and have the villain just kind of stumble back into scene.
The memories of this biological unit recall a base.
Who's the star? You know what I mean? Again, get back to that point.
Linkara's the...
Because we cut back and forth to so many different people, you kind of lose track of who's this movie about again? It is Linkara's movie, so fine, he can be the star, and then evil Linkara can be, you know, the antagonist. But like,
alter course immediately.
yeah, there's another $4,000 right there.
The only music I have noticed, and I can't, yeah, we're talking over it, but when he was giving that whole stare in the eyes of a yeah, make him blink, that was like the only time I've noticed any music throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, just put in like there's so much free music now. Just put in a bit of like even elevator music. What's the mood of this scene?
What's on your mind, Lord?
They're trying to sleep. You know what I mean? Well, holy shit.
But they can't light it,
Bit-
right?
bit
So
quiet
they
piano.
just put a shitty blue filter on it that's ugly as sin because nighttime.
Yeah,
But it's always nighttime in space.
Well, yeah, but they'll turn the lights off to sleep again.
Yeah, no, just being dickish. Oh god, we're not having. Are we having Nash's emotional moment?
no one is. Not really, anyway. No one truly.
Except me. I'm totally ready to die.
People just want their pain or their fear or whatever it is.
If I was in
That's
World
what
War.
Harvey Feinboyce has a dark past that we're going to learn about.
Okay.
It's a big question.
You know, God.
Is there a god? Are you agnostic, atheist?
Well,
It's actually quite a simple question.
According to Linkara, there is one, and he made him blink because he's such a badass.
Believe there's something for us after we die.
No, I don't.
Oh my.
Dark.
So deep.
I lost someone once. Someone I loved.
Oh, we're not establishing backstory for this cunt. Like, I don't fucking care.
Is this going to be relevant?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my question. If this is going to be relevant, then cool, but...
Oh, is he going to find his wife again? Like, is Mecha Linkara going to try and offer them, like, some kind of deal so they don't destroy him and he'll be like, oh, I can give you your wife back or whatever, fucking whoever his lost love is? And I bet you it doesn't. There'll be no payoff, you're right. This is just scene flopping into scene, flopping into scene.
I've got to hold on to that at least. Someone or something is on our side.
I think he did believe in God.
We owe it to them to keep on living.
Your beliefs make no sense to me. Harvey is it Harvey Feinboyce?
Yes.
Why would that reassure Nash?
Anytime.
Even Nash is like, what the fuck?
Worried you're gonna let them down?
All the damn time.
I mean, is Linkara married?
He is now. I don't think he was when they made this.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we better make sure we don't. Let's get some sleep.
Let's get some sleep.
Yeah, I often sit.
Let's awkwardly pan
Yeah.
to Joe first, though.
Me, I don't really care whether we die or not. Just so as long as we go out swinging.
You know it, guys. You know it.
Swinging because let's swing because he's a swing sort of jazz singer. Superb. Superb.
Okay, let's have these two established.
I'm honestly terrified to touch any of this. I mean, how
And that's why I've been
Yeah,
fucking
exactly,
about with
yeah.
it. What?
Why don't you go get some rest? Koyo's gonna be along to replace you in a minute anyway.
Thanks. I need to work on my.
Why doesn't the robot just do it all the time? It's a robot. It doesn't need to sleep or eat or go to the toilet or...
Again, Cinema Snob's maximising his time. He just said that I'm working on a review. It's like, yeah, exactly.
Review of this.
No offence, but he's the only one maximising his time here. Someone just handed her that, yeah.
I figured you.
Right, okay. I wondered. I actually wondered if it was just meant to be a console or something.
Question I myself have asked.
Well, your forehead's flat.
Get some rest.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, is everyone just? Why have we're dedicating so much fucking time to everyone just going and getting some rest?
I'll wake everyone up if something happens.
Like, you know what I mean? Cut a movie by like 15, like 20 minutes. If you remove all this fluff.
Yeah. I'd rather have 20 minutes of good stuff than an hour and 40 of just shite. Why not?
Well, no, but like Venom, right?
Shouldn't be
Venom
doing this
2,
way.
Venom 2 is not a good movie, but it's blessedly short.
Is it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
End to end, it doesn't dick about like this.
What the fuck? She was the one that was so pushy about wanting to come. I'm critiquing your plotline. She was the one that was so pushy about wanting to come and save people and all that stuff. Then she was like, "We're out of focus.
Out of focus.
We're critics. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be out fighting villains and shit." Yeah, no shit. You're the one that insisted on going. Like, what are you talking about?
It is fascinating to me, though.
What is?
You're a robot polo.
Still plan on reviewing things when we return to Earth, yes?
Yeah, if we return to Earth.
Just maintain stakes there. Yeah, very good.
Something in addition to. Why must it be the story or the review? Why is one or the other preferable to both?
Because we're not very good at writing stories.
And I didn't want it. It's like
Get in fucking focus.
This.
Perhaps. But why have you not left yet then? The scout ship stands ready. You can enter involvement with this affair. No one will think ill of you for it.
No, but I thought they established that they couldn't leave.
When people need my help, I'm going to be there.
Can they get teleported all the way back to?
Well, maybe they said we can't teleport you. I'm sure they said in our previous scene that they don't have the power for anyone to leave. So they couldn't just bail on the ship.
Each of us is the protagonist in our own tale.
Oh, but this is a movie, right? A movie has a good movie has a central protagonist or protagonists and a central antagonist. You don't lumber from one character to the next because you don't have time. Some characters are less important than others. That's just a fact of a movie. And it's fine if this is Linkara's movie for us to pretty much focus on Linkara. Instead of just everyone's going to get exactly 14 and a half minutes.
That is how it's starting to seem.
The story does not end with us, but together.
It's starting to seem like, well, we need to have equal screen time and stuff like that. And it's like,
It never took you to be an optimist.
On the contrary, I'm a realist.
You're a robot. You're nothing.
As bad as it is so often perceived to be.
Again, so much fluffy bullshit dialogue. Good movie, like Star Wars. Concise dialogue. To the point. Boom. Scene.
I saw,
on to the next one.
I saw, what do you call it? Back to the Future. Again, not that long ago. And it's like, that movie's so well written. If you take out one line of dialogue, I can't say the film won't work, but every little line of dialogue goes somewhere. Every scene goes somewhere and fits in. You know, even little things like he runs down the tree and then when he comes back, it used to be the Twin Pines Mall, now it's the Single Pine Mall. Everything is just like, it's so concise and so tightly written. Whereas this is just like, well, we need this to be an hour 45. Just there's a scene of her talking to a robot. Will it ever come up again? No, but.
Now let's say you can rehash some of the stuff he already filmed. I would have preferred that because I need a refresher. I've not seen Linkara for ages. I can't remember what the fuck he did. He might throw out an adamantium rage and I'll go, I remember that. But I mean, even the song, the song at the start is like, you know, he's got a magic gun. Not seen the magic gun yet.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah, because Cinema Snob's in this, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Alright, then get yourself ready.
Again, no one takes their job too seriously in this either. Except Joe. Joe takes his job very seriously. You know what I mean? Joe's like, I'm weapons expert. I'm fucking, firing lightning out my hand.
Yeah, we need you up here to fire those weapons where you just press one button once.
Yep.
What?
Those high-tech weapons.
And I'm not overanalyzing. They specifically showed us him using the weapon. He was pressing one button once. Anybody can do that?
Yeah, imagine if like when Luke and Han are escaping from the TIE fighters,
Yeah.
and they're like engage weapon systems, and they're just standing at a console pushing buttons.
Yeah.
And it's just movement is good, isn't it? Like a degree of movement. Stop people standing still.
That was so awkward. Like, why that shot of him handing that to her? Did he? It'll have been something like he didn't have time, so he had to film this by himself. So he just holds it off, off screen, and then, and then she grabbed it. It's just little things like that. So.
Oh my
awkward.
god! His fucking magic guns appeared, and the guns look cool. To be fair.
For a wee indie film, yeah, they look totally cool. They look totally passable. Just get some like toy guns, paint them a wee bit, maybe strap some shit on them. Like that.
And get locations. Where's locations? This ship is made up of 2 rooms, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and the whole. Well, I don't really have an issue with like more or less the whole film taking place in one area, but this is almost like a theatre stage. You never see like the other.
Side of anything. Yeah, we don't move. Like we've got such a small space to work with.
That's probably half the reason why we get such shitty angles is because if you turned the camera 5 degrees to the left, you would see offset, so to speak.
And that's when you had a budget like that. Like we had a huge space when you were filming The Reprobates, because we used like the hallway between like studios, and that movement along there, like where the lass just walks down that corridor and like disappears. Like fucking look, finally we found a place.
I feel like you understand. I'm not putting my on here, but I feel like you understand the geography of where that place was. It was like boom, here's the rehearsal room. There's another one there. This is the corridor that leads out. Like, there's a few shots of outside.
Yeah, there's...
Okay, I don't think I ever showed reception, but, like, whatever, that's one connecting room.
There's the breakout area as well, where we sat and made tea.
Yeah,
it's like...
You understand where everybody is in relation to everything, just subconsciously, whereas they've been teleported down onto whatever the fuck this is.
Too close. Again, I have no idea how big this area is. And you could get, for the budget they had, you could have had a huge area. And then I wouldn't mind seeing them all running about like lunatics, pretending to shoot each other. Because at least it's movement, it's action. Kill one of them, fuck me, anything. Oh, just, fuck, God. There's
just no pacing. There's
no movement. Oh, God. Like, you'd move at that speed in a smaller space because you're cramped. But you've got huge, fucking throw those boxes out of the way.
I feel like he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, because I feel like what they're trying to go for is, there's so much shit around that, like, they feel cramped and stuff like that. But again, it just doesn't work because, look, you can see in the space, like, no, there's plenty of space. And these are just most likely empty cardboard boxes.
Yeah, just kick them down.
It's like that scene in Kenobi when he's hiding behind wet fucking clothes and it stops laser blasts.
Aye.
If they've got laser guns and shit like that, I'm pretty sure you could shoot through these. Like,
again, have a big wide shot.
Yeah, where's everyone else?
Yeah.
Where is anybody in relation to each other?
Exactly. We don't know. Are they all standing in the same fucking 4 square meters or something?
I mean, if Mecha Car is trying to isolate them and take them out one by one, then cool, I get that, but like we don't know where each other is.
Check your arm.
Uh-oh, what's happening here?
See, this is actually quite clever. You established she got cut earlier and bandaged her up. That
actually came back. I'm
yeah.
Impressed, yeah.
Wow, see?
You're receiving me. Confirmed. Do a full centrifuge of the planet. Is there anything unusual that wouldn't show up on normal scans?
We probably should have done this before we sat down. But
yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Friday. Check that Hulk is on the planet. Or no, do you know what? Just send me down the Hulkbuster. It's fine. I'll assume he's in this fucking no.
What's the nature of the energy?
Yeah, exactly. What is it? Convenient.
The readings at this level are very similar to the spatial and temporal anomaly referred to as the plot hole.
What's the plot hole?
Again, if you hadn't watched like fucking To Boldly Flee, you wouldn't understand the plot hole.
Well, is the way it is right now.
Even
if you've watched it, you don't understand
the plot hole is just. just dog shit.
Okay, plot holes, transformative.
Yeah,
Plot hole's gone now.
What if the energy it was using is still there, creating life all over it, or fixing things that are broken, like a cut or a burn, or filling up power to something that doesn't have it, or
So it's creating plot holes because shitty
Right, I
continuity.
need you to beam Alan's body down now.
Oh, and then that'll bring him back to life, I guess.
You don't really think that...
I think the universe just handed us a Deus Ex Machina.
But again, Linkara, just because you acknowledge that it's shitty writing doesn't stop it from being shitty writing.
Yeah. At this point, I was actually kind of happy that you killed off Alan.
Why?
I assume. Well, no, because something happened in this movie.
I suppose.
So far, it's like, let's list the events.
Look at that guy's forehead. I mean, you slob.
Smudged T-fuck.
You will accompany me to the surface. Find the supplies we require. I will deal with the fleshlings.
By your command.
Alan looks pretty dead to me.
As long as we have to.
The Alan's up your skeleton and Linkara will still be like, come on, Alan!
He might have been dead for too long.
I'm pretty sure dead is dead for too long. Like, heart stop.
Well, that's interesting. Didn't she get cut before he died?
When I first got Comicron,
Yeah, but coming to the planet is what healed them.
Yeah, but
from what I understood. So if he's dead, it doesn't matter that he's, you know, the idea is that you cut yourself.
Maybe death is too, like, it's not going to bring him back. Fine, but
then again, like, the scene has stopped. You know, it should just be, we're pursuing Mecha Kara. And instead it's like, oh, we found a random room that heals everyone. Shit, get your fucking, like, whatchamacallit, Harvey's dead wife here.
His body really stinks.
Yeah, that'd be the bowel evacuation. Yeah.
no one said put.
Hey guys, come take a look at this.
Fucking cow.
We're able to find everything we need.
Most of it. We're not going to be 100%.
In this cardboard box.
Yep, this shit, this Amazon warehouse. I'm fucking...
What is this?
There's a ladder right behind Nash. It's like...
It's someone's garage. It's like they just emptied someone's garage.
Everything's so fucking, like, bland and boring to look at that a big orange ladder stands out.
And again, have scenes in spaces. Go from one room into another room. You know, if we're gonna be in a garage, like fuck it, go find an abandoned warehouse somewhere and just cut about it.
Yeah.
Broken machinery, like look at Terminator 2, right? That was a disused steel mill, and it's cool as fuck because there's stuff moving. You know, there's all little nooks and crannies you could like jump out of. No, we're going in this big, like, well, it's not big, sorry. We're going in this tight space.
Is it big?
With a couple of bits and
pieces. That could be a huge room, that could be a tiny room, I can't tell.
It's either a tiny room underutilised, a big room underutilised, or a tiny room that's just exactly what you see.
Yeah.
In which case, why pick it? No one forced you to pick someone's garage.
Yeah,
oh, fuck me. We're back in the fucking 4 square metres of fucking space that this spaceship occupies.
Why didn't he come back? Is he staying there with the deep... no, fair enough.
Oh, so Alan move.
I get that.
So Alan's let move.
This works because I could really use your help right about now.
Uh-oh.
Well, surely you can. Well, sorry, surely you don't need it because... Like,
did Linkara take off his jacket, or is it just disappeared?
Yeah, I think that's a continuity error. I think his jacket was on and then
I need
it's
to go
come
back
off.
and check. Maybe he took it off.
I don't know whether there's a green sticker on that fire hydrant. I can't imagine. Well, I don't know what the legislation for fire hydrants in America is, but certainly we don't need them here in the UK. Well, that one has one too.
Flesh succumbs. Flesh grows old and dies.
Interesting fact, you know, the Nostalgia Critic studio, Linkara wanted to film in there.
Yeah.
But that dickhead, Mike Michaud, or however you might say it, wouldn't let them because he said they'd have to be, quote, supervised the whole time. And it's like, Linkara's been making videos and all that crap, even at this point, for like almost 10 years. It was like, he's not a child.
Yeah, I know.
He could have, so that really sucks.
This is a big space.
Flesh dies.
Well, not in this room, apparently.
Maybe I should hit him again. That was just so awkward looking.
Yeah. Because he's trapped in that cardboard box now, it's quite humiliating. The man who stared down a god.
I made him blink. Yeah.
It's not exactly Thanos punching out fucking Iron Man, is it?
I will remain here to complete what I have started.
The damage on his forehead's totally different now as well from what it was earlier. Did he get damaged again at some point? I don't think he did.
Well, again.
Everything you care about, everything you love, will burn. I will ensure that there is nothing left of you, not even.
What was the series that fucking Spoonie reviewed?
You're gonna have
The RPG game.
Persona.
No, he did like 12 parts of it.
Oh, not Persona.
I'm gonna check that.
I know what you're meaning though.
Something will burn. What is it? That's gonna annoy me.
Not that you play as the Avatar. Is it that one you mean?
Yeah, it's the thing with the Avatar.
Ah, you bitch. I know exactly what you mean. I can't remember what it's called though. Is he out? He's out. The red mark on his forehead is gone.
There is something here.
Ultima. The fucking Ultima games.
I admit I am tempted to experiment with this, to see how much of your blood ends up on my fist before it magically returns to your body. But I can get over not finding out.
I could easily kill you now, but yeah, I don't feel like it.
Oh my god, fucking... I know the villain's meant to monologue, but the problem is, because this movie is endless monologues, it's like, give me some fucking reprieve. Okay, bees. Would be... Doesn't matter, you've got cyborg eyes, why the fuck would bees even bother you?
Does he feel pain? I don't know. I don't know!
Look
Because
at
they
the
haven't told us!
CG on that. Is that CG in the gun, or is it just shitty fucking, like, 3D printing?
It's just shitty. Yeah, but I was about to say, oh, maybe I'm just being a bam here because does he feel pain? Or maybe he does and it's been established. But not in this.
No, exactly.
Not in this, it's not been established. Like, they've established he's a robot and they've kind of established he's, like, strong or whatever, you know, the way you, like, threw him across the room.
Yeah, why should I be afraid of him?
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, he looks pretty strong if nothing else, right? So, okay, cool, I get that, but does he feel pain? I don't know. Would a swift kick in the bollocks have got him off you there?
Yeah.
Would he... I don't know. Like, what level of... If Linkara had shot him for a second time with that gun...
We're having a romance with Luna, Lupa, or whatever, and 90s Kid.
And I know what everyone thinks. When you assume that someone is stupid, you just think that they're so stupid they won't notice.
Well, I hate to say it, but you kind of act like it.
Do what?
Oh, you shouldn't judge books by their cover.
Fetishize it. I mean, this is your name for crying out loud. Do you even have a real name?
It's Evelyn, actually, but thanks for asking.
Evelyn.
My point is, you're obsessed with guns.
But I mean, 90s Kid is like just a funny cutaway, you know what I mean? That was his whole deal. It was just a cutaway when we were talking about like the good old 90s and stuff.
But you see, she didn't like him at first, so their character arc is that now she kind of thinks he's okay, I guess. It's genius, really.
And if there is more to you, then why don't you show it?
But why would we care?
What do you mean?
There's no point acting like everybody
Like
else.
fucking Rico and fucking aliens. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking Ripley. It's fucking like boss the situation. They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Why the 90s of all things?
You know, saving a child is an altruistic act. Or presuming that a fucking like person called 90s Kid who spouts gibberish and just fucking rattles on about the 90s is a dick and a boring character is probably the right assumption for her.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but like, again, the pacing, like we were building up to some sort of climax with like Mecha Cara and shit like that, and it's just been derailed for them to have this not even kind of heart to heart.
Yeah.
conversation.
See, it would have been good to actually have all of them go up against him, shooting at him, and he just fucking rattles through them. Again, going to like Avengers, like when Thanos is going to get Vision, and all the Avengers are coming at him at the same time. He's just fucking like, get out my way.
I mean, right at the opening of Infinity War, I believe it is, you see him just fucking swinging about the Hulk, like one-on-one. He's just like, fucking have that. You're straight away like, holy shit, this guy's scary.
Yeah. So like
I don't know what Mecha Cara can or can't do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we know he can kind of possess people, but again, the way to establish him would have been to show him possessing people, and then it would have been a kind of entertaining thing to cut away from his birthday party with him all kind of, you know, like drunk, and be like, well, there's a crazy version of him out in space fucking possessing people. And again, you could actually have done similar to what you do in Avengers, where you show them shooting, trying to fight him, and he's like beating the shit out of them, you know?
So he's crying about, I'm a lounge singer, I shouldn't be here. You're there by fucking choice as well. You've got the same problem. Mars Girl was like, I'm a review writer, I shouldn't be here. You were insistent on being there.
You were already there. You were the only one on that ship.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You're like candidate one. You're fucking like Neil Armstrong in this like space trip.
We left Linkara down there alone against the toaster face. I thought
Yeah, we're kind of shitty friends like that.
I lost my son a long time ago.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so he's got a son.
And while the kid may not be my son, I abandoned him once when we were fighting that robot, and I never forgave myself for it.
It'd been good if you told us that at some point. Again, I don't.
But you already
this.
have, but okay, I can get behind that. That's some motivation.
This isn't Avengers. I haven't seen all the. I've not seen Nash movie.
Does Nash have a movie?
I'm not saying, yeah, no, but you get my point.
Yeah.
Like Avengers works because you've seen Captain America and Iron Man and Thor and whatever.
But even if you haven't,
you do get a bit. They give you enough.
You might not know all the fine details, but you understand their powers and things like that, and how they get on together. But this sort of assumes a wee bit too much, I feel.
That's a pretty good reason to get it fixed, don't you?
You have a real weird way of comforting a guy with long hair.
There's music again.
What the fuck is wrong with you? About real stories of people in Florida who put random objects in various orifices.
That sounds good.
The comfort I
Well, not
offer
good, but interesting.
is revenge.
What? How's that to do with revenge?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm
I
okay.
just think it's a funny topic. I'm sure it's actually quite enjoyable to listen to. I mean, it would probably get wearisome. There's only so many orifices and so many objects, I guess.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
and if you've watched Jackass, you've probably seen it in action. A lot of the orifices getting filled, at least.
Just need enough to get us these. Engineering the bridge. Get Joe down here now.
Yeah, he's the best character in this. I've decided. Alan's been dead too long, Joe. Come save this movie. Fuck me. No, don't just fucking CGI your way through this scene, Joe. Yeah. Joe really believes lightning can come from his hands.
Right now I'm thinking about Sonic Free Rider. And now I'm thinking about Right Now Retribution.
That game's hilarious. I'll make sure at some point.
Right to hell.
Yeah, it's like a bike. It's like about bikers.
Ah, motorbikes, aye, but
Hey, fine, boys. We're going out swinging, you hear me?
like, why wasn't Joe down exploring the planet, the weapons expert? I know
they
they probably
needed
said
him-
on shit, but
they needed him on the ship
push
to
the
press the
buttons.
button once.
Main power restored.
Which hasn't actually happened, and I know, like, well, they didn't know if it had happened or not, but I'm just saying it's bad writing. Like,
Well, there was no precursor to the bee gun. I mean, if you know about fucking Amazon's attack, you'll know about bees. My God. But it's like, fuck me. Again,
How strong is that ship?
if you're not overly familiar with it, you'll just be like, why did he shoot that guy? And bees. My God.
highly adaptive and capable of withstanding multiple hits before it becomes impervious to this ship's weapons.
We can't have a long fight with them. The longer we go, the more likely they'll have a chance to take us out. How do we outthink them? Maybe it's not about outthinking them. What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
If they're controlled by a machine, then they should be pretty single-minded, right?
No, quite the opposite.
So if we screw with that single-mindedness, then they're vulnerable. How do we do that? We make a spectacle. We make them pay attention to that.
What? Yeah, the Borg were often defeated by like fireworks and fucking distractions.
I got a few more of these guns you can use. Knowing Mechakara, he's probably adapted to the bees by now.
Well,
knowing
yeah,
Mechakara, because we know so much about him.
Yep.
But yeah, some of these seem to still work. Unfortunately,
Again, have multi-fight scenes.
disrepair, which includes the gun that shoots chainsaws.
I'd like to see that gun.
Well, the budget wouldn't stretch that. I mean, they only had £55,000.
That's more than like a year's salary, man. It's insane to think that someone threw away one of their year's salaries at this.
Well, no, it was crowdfunded, so it was.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? That is still like you could have just went, do you know what? I don't want to work this year, and done that instead. Then made this. That's just.
Yeah, I know. It's absurd, man.
I'll make a deal with Satan.
That somehow defies time.
And a good supporting cast.
I'm not saying like my short film's fucking amazing or anything, but it's better than this, and it cost maybe $150, like highballing it, and that includes the freaking Burger King I bought you afterwards and everything.
He just referred to his own villain as a Mary Sue villain, and I'm like, well, it's only a Mary Sue villain because you've not established anything about him. I don't know the limits of him. This was the point. You could have had this movie to establish like his strengths, weaknesses, do stuff with people.
Storylines and just loving the medium of sequential storytelling, but
I just
have to review stuff like Bimbos in Time or the Tandy Computer Whiz Kids or
no, you don't have to do this.
Marvel.
You don't have to do any of that, Ankara. You had to concentrate on this.
You're a martyr. You're an absolute martyr.
Exactly.
You have to read books.
I don't hate comics. I love comics. I love reviewing them, bad or good. I love seeing the twisted genius or the disgusting madness of a really awful comic.
Me too.
I love learning about the creative process behind it. Learning about
Alan's going to come back to life and kill himself. Just listening to this, man. He's just going to pick up a Stanley blade and going, oh, this must be hell.
vision come to life. Be it something gorgeous that got paired with a subpar script or the worst.
Oh, this is a fucking subpar script, man.
Sexist garbage of the 90s. I just want to review them all. I hope I live forever just so I can.
Just so you can review them all.
That's it.
That's it.
Like, these guys are good reviewers. Like, I always liked the different sort of topics they all kind of covered. But, my God, man. Just fucking don't quit your day job. And it's because the hypocrisy of it. You know, a lot of them make out like, no, I could write a good story because I get it.
Yeah. But this is what they write.
I know, but it's diabolically bad. And it's like, acknowledge it at least. Just be like, do you know, I can't write either. Man, you know how much I fucking diss Frank Miller for the stuff he did on, like, All-Star Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? This isn't better. At least All-Star Batman and Robin is fucking entertaining and memorable.
Yeah.
And if you, like you said, if you read it as a satire, it's actually
It's a
fucking
parody.
hilarious.
It's not a Batman story, it's a parody of a Batman story. Read it with that in mind, and it's great. It's so enjoyable.
Frank Miller had the right idea when it came to the Dark Knight Returns. Dark Knight Returns?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, there's so many of them. I was about to say the Dark Knight Rises.
With similar titles, it gets hard.
But the problem is, that Batman, as a younger character, is not one we recognise, and that's a big part of the problem with All-Star Batman and Robin. And why you can be very critical of it. Ugh, why is there blood underneath his, like, robot flesh? Is he going to be all metal? That would be kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You get behind that.
The enemy vessel will be entering firing range in 1 minute and 25 seconds.
That's
Prepare
very
all
specific.
forward weapons banks. Ready the artifact should its power be called upon.
Okay, what does the artifact look like? Is it the power glove?
It's that weird power glove malachite hand thing, I believe.
Oh shit, I forgot you were in this. That's not your line.
The cinema snob. And Black Angus.
I didn't see Black Angus.
What's Black
My
Angus?
intent is very simple. Have you ever heard of a little movie called Necromantic?
What?
Well, it's about this couple that steals a dead body and spends all their free time having sex with it.
Can I watch that review instead of this? Fuck me.
Speaking of fucking in weird ways, did you know that in Caligula, Malcolm McDowell improvised a scene where he put a flower in a guy's ass after he fisted it?
I demand that
I demand that again. You
That
just
sounds
keep going,
interesting.
Cinema Snob.
There's this movie called Gestapo's Last Orgy. It has an alternate title of Caligula reincarnated as Hitler, even though it doesn't have either Caligula or Hitler in it. But it does have Nazi cannibals, including this really tender, sensitive, romantic subplot between a Nazi and the woman that he's torturing.
This conversation serves no purpose.
That every conversation in this movie serves no purpose. At least this is relatively entertaining and informative.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I might check some of these movies out.
Yeah, if nothing else, it gives some ideas.
Both of them feature baby eating.
Holy shit.
What is the meaning of anything that you are saying?
What? Isn't it obvious by now? I've been distracting you this whole time.
Fucking well done, Cinema Snob. Best scene in the movie.
Yeah. Fair play.
And yeah. You've probably just snuck past Angry Joe and Best Actor. But Joe could still pull it back.
All we need is him yelling and firing a gun, and maybe, yeah, he could still...
Yeah, you could still pull this back as Best Actor.
What is this little spaceship?
Is it
Have we seen
Linkara?
this
I thought it was Linkara, but to save the day.
No, he's still on the
planet. Start talking about
I don't know what Nuki is to know whether or not that was funny. See, the problem is, when you know your budget's relatively limited, you can't rely on it to be your source of action.
Yeah.
Because everything's so stationary.
This would have had so much more charm if they had, instead of shitty CG that just looks shitty, either go the whole way with it and have little, like, miniature, like, build some miniatures that look shitty. You know, like, you can
And
see the
explode
string,
them,
yeah, you can see
explode
the
them
string,
and
you
stuff,
go,
yeah.
go all the way with it. Instead of just having bad special effects, because it's not good enough to look good.
Fuck me, something moved. Exactly. Yeah, no, it's... You'll know roughly what you're capable of achieving. Go to your CGI house and be like, you know, I've got roughly 40 grand. What can I get? You know, that's probably how Sharknado was made. They were like, we can do you tornadoes and like sharks, and they're like, fuck yeah, give me both of those.
Yeah.
I mean, this is slightly better, but because again, it's a bit more dynamic angles. But again, their ships just kind of sit there.
Yeah, and that wasn't directed by Linkara, I'll bet.
Yeah.
That'll have been the special effects dude who arranged that shot.
Come on, Joe. No, that's all from Joe.
Teleport them into the brig.
Come on, kid, let's blow this thing so we can go home. Okay. I felt like there was 3 of them initially.
There was.
Yeah, but they only teleported 2 of them out.
They'll have teleported the third guy, but he'll have been off camera because he had to go to his job at Atop. And he couldn't film that day.
Boring.
Again, £55,000 and you couldn't.
But it's not original. I just wiped the makeup off of the fake blood.
In more ways than one. Where are we? Europa.
You're still in the movie.
What a non-ceremonious resurrection as well. We just cut back, now he's alive again.
Actually,
We couldn't get a slightly dramatic, like,
there's some sort of
him,
energy
you know,
field
getting
around
up.
here that can repair damaged or dead tissue.
Okay.
Did you see Jesus?
During that new knowledge, I now feel significantly better.
And on this alien planet, they
Aside
speak
from
English,
what I
and yeah,
assume
there's
is
an
in my
exit
past,
sign that's
which
written in
is
English. And
further
Cardboard boxes?
Don't worry, United
The box back there said Spoonie clone.
Spoonie clone, yeah.
Well, at least
Nah, that's kind of funny. Isn't he a clone in his continuity or some bollocks like that?
I don't know. I was up to Ultima, where I thought he was trapped by a demon, but then I think he was going to do Final Fantasy 12.
And you still review comic books, right?
Wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Now wipe your ass and get ready.
Aye. Okay, finally, everyone's here. Yes, Joe's got a gun. Yeah, it's exactly what we wanted.
This might pull it back.
What happened to the guy left us?
Blown up and the astronauts are under lock and key.
Although some are a little bit more dead than the others.
Well, maybe that guy is dead.
Brought me back. Maybe whatever did that can bring them back as well.
It's worth a shot, except some are a bit extra crispier than you were.
What was that?
That is the sound of something dark.
Now he's got his jacket back on.
In this way. That is the sound of boundless
This must have been for the
power
trailer.
to back it up. That is the sound of something that will not be satisfied until it stands over our pulverized remains. That is the sound of a monster. Good.
Hey guys, you sure you don't want to just get the hell out of here, or maybe you'd like to handle this yourself?
Nah, I'm going back to Joe. Sorry, Snob, your one scene doesn't top Joe's many, many little cute moments. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh, he's loving every second of this. No one else is as into this as Joe is.
It's the shit. Oh, when they had to cut in Linkara
But
again.
the thing is, he's just going to walk in and just get his ass handed to him.
Why has he not got arms now? Or he's missing one arm?
I shall paint these walls.
Ah, well, mate, I think he built it with the parts. Alright, whatever.
Yeah. Fuck you two.
Oh, he said a bad word, and in his reviews he doesn't normally say bad words, so that was really meaningful.
Yeah, well, that was dramatic.
That's not it, surely.
Imagine if fucking Darth Vader walked
Second
in
phase.
at the...
No, second phase.
Oh, it's got to be a second phase, aye. Wait for it.
Was that it?
Nah.
Someone should probably go check if he's actually dead.
Not Ed.
What kind of shot is this?
Why would we do that?
Where are we all where are we all walking to? What were you doing as well? You had a hammer.
Who thought that looked good?
Down with that.
Light him up.
Told you, second phase.
Okay, but have we established a clear weakness?
Well, he died the first time because they shot him a whole bunch, so I guess if they shoot him a whole bunch... You know what it was? They shot him at the same time.
So they all have to come together!
Yeah, I think they have to all shoot him at the same time.
Okay, get it? The box said Napa, and he said God damn it. As in God damn it, Napa. I mean,
referencing a much better series than Linkara's.
But it's obscure references, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can't rely on obscurity. Yes, look at Joe. Fucking look, Joe is genuinely dodging those lasers in his mind. Look at him.
He weaved under it there. It's like a little ball weave.
Get him, Joe. Can Emperor Palpatine his ass. Oh, Joe, you're too good for this movie anyway. Stay down.
I can't figure this thing out.
It's a gun that shoots duct tape. You have to switch off the safety.
That's not a joke.
I don't get it.
Surely you could have made a gun that shoots, like...
Wait, what?
I don't know,
Why would
man.
it have... Is safety tape another name for duct tape that I've never heard
No,
of?
I don't feel that it is. But
So-
yeah, that's the kind of pun you could have made, do you know what I mean? Oh, what? That just looked terrible. It was a bad landing from Nash.
What was that? What was he doing with his hand?
The guns aren't working. He's just adapting to them.
Is that what he does?
We're gonna need more boom than these things can give us. Say, you didn't happen to program these with overload setting, did you?
No, but give me a minute.
I thought Joe was the weapons expert. I feel like 90s kid is the weapons expert.
Well, I think he's the expert on guns, whereas Joe was the expert on like the spaceship's weapons. I think.
No.
It's your overgrown microwave!
Much you betting that see at the end of this, like the cyborgs like still like comes back, some kind of scene. Why are you smiling at?
You look so much like him. Why does everybody say that?
No, because it's the same person. What? Not like, you know,
I'm just.
here's a cigarette that's bad
really,
for your fucking health or some shit. I don't know, man.
Well,
Give me a chance to write it. We are improving and riffing at the moment, you know what I mean? They had fucking time to write this. You say, well, let's make puns. Even the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Avengers Infinity War leans into the whole naming jokes. Like calling guys Squidward and fucking, you know, Flash Gordon and Mr. Lord.
Again, I'm just confused because a cigarette to the eye seems to stun him, but laser beams don't.
Ooh, you think he sounds pissed now?
Does he feel pain or not? Are those? I mean, because are those robot eyes, or is he like a cyborg and they're like people eyes? You know, cyborgs are like living flesh over a robot like skeleton type of thing.
Yeah.
Is that what he is, or because those eyes look robotic?
Oh, they had their moment, their bonding moment. Again, deafening silence, like pure, like oppressive silence. Not, yeah, and I'm not expecting a pure orchestral score to this. That was just a movie mistake, wasn't it? You nearly walked into each other.
They didn't know who was meant to go first.
Exactly.
Yeah. Should we film it again? No one will notice.
You know, maybe we should get out of here. We're throwing everything we got at it.
How much do you think they were charging for a DVD of this?
$20.
20, yeah, exactly. I was going to say
$10.
10
I'd say $20 would be my guess.
Well, I call it £10, right? So it's in.
When it first came out, again, I could look how much he's charging now.
But if I got this, I'd be like, I'm sorry, did I give you actual money for this?
That's out of focus again.
Like real fucking money?
He needs to see it coming. Now you get another bomb. Do it.
What? So he's not adapting, he's just activating his shield? Well then why did he come back to life? Surely when you were shooting at him the first time, he just saw it coming? So now it makes less sense than he's adapting to the weaponry. Quick, shoot him in the ass.
Everybody grab the shoulder of the person in front of you, forming up 2 lines behind me.
What?
Just do it!
Why the hell are we doing this?
Well, you're not even doing it right.
A magic gun. I'm going to need strength from all of you if I'm going to pull this off.
So it fires spirit bombs, basically. What the fuck? So is magic, right?
In which case,
is magic like some sort of life energy key type sort of situation? We're not nitpicking. Would that work with anyone? Did it have to be that group of people? You missed anyway. But are they all magical and that's how it works, or like how does it work? And I know
where's Gohan to bounce it back? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
So is that him fucked? The power of fucking magic or whatever bullshit. Why don't you just do that from the get-go? Like, can you only do it once?
Does it drain their life force? What is it? Is it magic? Is it life? Is their mana gonna recharge over time? Or are they wizards like in Harry Potter?
Yeah, are they exhausted now from doing it?
What the fuck was any of that?
Why does he hate him?
Because he's evil.
No, I mean why?
You just don't know when to die, do you?
You know, you were telling me earlier about how much better machines are, how flesh sucks and steel rules. But that's the thing, isn't it? You are an android, but me, I am a moon!
Technically, is he not a cyborg?
I don't know. I don't know which one's accurate.
Ow!
Again, you'd had to have watched the show to get that I am a man, but it's not. It's not like the funniest thing in the world, is it?
All in all, successful Monday.
So we just MacGuffined ourselves to victory.
You know what
MacGuffin?
Spirit bomb?
Whenever they
Is that a
hero
MacGuffin?
thinks that he's killed
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think that's a MacGuffin.
Is that not MacGuffin? Oh, is a MacGuffin a thing?
Yeah, MacGuffin's like, isn't it like an object or something?
Well, technically, the fucking magic gun. Why did the magic gun stop? Why is she shooting in his direction? The fuck?
And why is she aiming down and then put like again? I know she's probably not ever fired a real gun, nor have I. But you've seen movies where people fire guns.
I missed the bionic vision.
Well, it might come back. According to the scan.
Sorry, bionic vision might come back.
Visible sign of it anymore.
Well, do we know how long it will be till Logan is healed?
Look, I gotta be honest.
Not Logan. Logan.
Yes, Alan was dead, but
Fuck's sake.
his injuries were far less severe. And
Oh, he's fine.
Logan, who clearly had other things to do because he didn't appear like in any of the scenes.
I'm telling you, yeah, he had to pick up his kids from school or some shit.
Exactly. He was like, I don't really want to be in this full time. Like, I'm happy to come back at the end and you can say I died or whatever shit. And I remember him sticking the post-it on him.
Walk it off.
Where's his glasses?
go ahead.
I don't know.
We're pretty much done with repairs.
I'm pretty much done with his dog shit movie.
Stand by. We'll be up in a minute after the astronaut finishes
Coming back to life.
healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame that the field here.
See, I wrote a better line there, just off the top of my head.
Happily. Unfortunately, resurrecting the dead has pushed the field, well, pretty hard already. Nimoy says that the field has reduced its lifespan for about a year to 2 weeks if we're lucky. Maybe it can do some good before
That's
it runs
convenient.
out, but until then, I'll give you all the sensor data I have, and, well, maybe it can be recreated.
You're suddenly feeling very generous now, aren't you, Linkara?
Well, a new attitude about living brings about a new attitude about a lot of things. Don't expect me to give you any more...
So what lessons have you learned?
I'm also keeping the duct tape gun for myself. So, when you guys return to Earth, you finishing up your movie party?
Yep, but first, there's something I have to take care of.
Is there? Could be anything.
He has to review it.
He has to review, right. Is it the comic he was looking at earlier?
Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall.
Like,
where bad comics
is this
burn.
are we wrapping it up? We tying it up? No. That's what you. Oh,
Well, that's what Linkara
fucking-
told his friends that he was doing. What he was actually doing was he was going to write some.
God, 2 people directed this.
Well, no wonder he needed help. He played about fucking 9 characters in it, so yeah, fair enough having a co-director.
And I mean, he's got no one else to blame. He entirely wrote that.
Yeah.
Jessica wasn't even prepared to stick her name to it.
No.
There it is, Nick Landis. Who the fuck
So
Nick
yeah,
Landis?
Linkara. Some people found some old accounts of his from like basically like porno fan fiction like websites. There's a really infamous tweet that someone screenshotted, and it was things that Linkara has jacked off to, and it was gay gangbangs, dead Muppet babies, beta strap-on stuff and incest, I think. So and he basically he tried to sort of like sweep it under the rug. Like, people were like, Linkara, what the hell is this, on Twitter? And he was like, you know what, fuck it, old porn site, everyone good, okay, great, let's move on. As if like, oh, we've all done it. It's like
yeah, no,
Like,
never,
no, bro,
never any of those categories, mate. I didn't even know half of them exist. What was the Muppet one?
Dead Muppet babies.
Dead Muppet babies.
And,
No, I can't ever say that I've actively searched that
He had
out.
been on sites where, I think they were actually more like forums, and he'd written his own stuff, where it was like, Chet Hogan, the school quarterback, in detention with the awesome, hot French teacher, Mrs. Pamela. And then he like titty fucks her huge boobs. Like, I'll never pull it up for you. And he's sort of, like he kind of confirmed it was him without confirming it was him. It was like, oh, you know what, like, old websites, and then people caught him because like as soon as they tweeted that at him, they went and they checked them, and all those like profiles went and got like shut down right after it.
Right.
So I mean, to be fair, the posts that they were finding were from like years ago, like his,
So what,
his
was
college
he
days.
hosting it, or was he something
No, I
he
think he
watched?
was on. Yeah, I think it was stuff
Right,
he'd watched, and it
yeah.
was stuff he'd written on like weird forums and stuff like that. But it was like the name of the user was one that he had used on other sites that they knew were him. And again, when they brought it up to him, he went and like deleted all the stuff. So that means he either A was still active on his profiles, or at least B confirms it was his profiles. Because when he got outed, he went and he you know, like sort of retroactively tried to hide the hide the proof.
Horse had bolted. Fuck's sake.
Yeah. And yeah, the Lightbringer stuff, I'll need to let you read it. It's awful, but it's...
What's the Lightbringer again?
Lightbringer is a comic he wrote, I believe when he was in like uni, and it's a sort of... It's one of those like really awkward, like... just sort of self-insert, like Mary Sue type of things, where like, by day he's just a nerdy university student who looks exactly like Linkara. But by night, he is the Lightbringer, and he's like the most powerful hero ever. And his powers are basically Green Lantern's powers, but he channels light to create them instead of sort of
the
like,
green,
like the ring.
the green energy, yeah.
And I can't remember what his I think his backstory is like his parents were killed in front of him at a young age. It's just elements of it's just little things he's stolen from everywhere, but it's awful. And it's one of those things, like, is it off limits to make fun of now? Because it was a long time ago, and I'm sure everybody's written... If you write and you create stuff, everybody's written stuff that they look back on and go, oh, God, that was awful.
I assume everyone on this list has demanded a refund. If this is the list of donators, I assume this isn't the list of writers, although that could explain a lot as well.
Yeah. No, this was, I believe this is the donators.
My word, I never knew something so shitty existed.
It was just boring. So much of it's so boring.
Yeah, again, well, just to summarise it, story all over the place. No idea what the fucking point was. The lead, it was hard to tell who was the lead, right? Assume it's Linkara and antagonist Linkara, but you don't see fucking Mecha Linkara till about a third, maybe halfway into it.
Something like that.
Then they didn't establish him any, like haven't established what his background is, what he can do. You know, supporting characters, apart from Joel, fucking nay cunt. Music, barely any. I like Linkara's theme, although I'm hating it now, because it's just this sort of guitar.
This is just loot.
Yeah, it's
loot for whatever arbitrary amount of time until he's showing all the people that donate. It's still going. That's absurd. That's how many people donate. That's how many people believed in him.
Paid money, exactly. Thought he could deliver a script.
And the thing is, as well, it was probably more than what you see here, because usually there'll be, not always, but usually it'll be like, if you donate X amount, your name will go in the credits.
Yeah, you're right. So if you donate less than that, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like, maybe it was, but I'm guessing that it wouldn't have been like, this is like everyone that donated a single $1.
Maybe it was, and to be fair, at least then people get the credit for... But again, I don't think you'd want to associate with it.
I doubt. Usually it's like a higher tier. It has to be like $10 or $20 or what have you to get your name in the credits.
I know, but just last but not least, visual effects, shite. Just fucking camera work so bad that it blurs.
The camera, again, like the shitty special effects. £55,000 is a low budget, like in terms of making a movie. For CG and stuff like that, it's absurdly low budget. So that's. I can put that to one side. What I can't put to one side is how much of it was out of focus and...
Yeah, the basic camera work was diabolical.
Shitty lighting. You don't need a big budget to use nice angles, to have good angles that make sense for the story and just kind of like look pretty.
There's probably plenty of movies that had less than 55 grand that make it to the Film Dance Sun festivals that are fucking amazing.
Christ. Yeah, because that stuff you educate yourself on. It's not money. You don't...
And again, he's utilising material from Boldly Flee.
Yeah, to be fair though, that was just like a couple of flashbacks and shit.
Yeah, no, but it's still utilising, like, again, it's not all of his. Not all of that 55 grand was direct, like, I had to create from scratch.
Right, 2015 this came out, so at time of recording 7 years ago.
Fucking hell.
And I don't know
keeps
why. Why
circulating
was there
the
a
lights.
reason they brought that up? Yeah, so things like it's not like this was 30 years ago and cameras didn't have autofocus and shit like that. Like, and at this point, I think he'd already been making reviews and what have you for 9 years, 10 years maybe.
Oh,
what's
post
this?
credits as well, as if you. And again, so there's no formal resolution to a story I didn't really give a shit about anyway.
Oh my. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's still alive.
Make sure you tune into the next 400 episodes of Atop the Fourth Wall to see how this fucking resolves. Look at Joe.
Like I said, Joe just chews every scene. Fucking, he's great. Brad as well.
And that was sallow.
Nash is kind of acting there.
He's trying, yeah. Well,
that was dog shit.
That was shit, but not even. Again, not even.
That was 2 hours. That was fucking 2 hours, man. What the fuck?